Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you are here. First thing I want to do is say thank you to all the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to anyone who subscribes to the channel, anyone who comes in and just checks out my knife and EDC content. I appreciate it. I hope you find something useful. I hope you like it. And if you're so inclined, if you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, it really does help me out. So today is going to be kind of a long-term review of what I consider to be a fantastic EDC knife, fixed blade. And this is the White River Small Game. And this is the leather sheath that it comes with. I immediately went to the White River's website and bought this Kydex sheath. I love leather, don't get me wrong, but for the flexibility of the way I carry this, either with an ulti-clip or with the horizontal straps like I have it now, it just seems to work a little better. But this is the White River Small Game, a little knife designed by Owen Baker Jr., highly maneuverable, set up for skinning, dressing game, cutting back bushes, EDC use, light camp use, hiking use, just a lot of different tasks that this knife can be employed for. It is a little bit longer than a small, tiny EDC knife, but we'll look at some size comparisons in a second. I think what you'll see is that if it fits your needs, it offers a lot of value for the dollar. Now this knife is available through White Mountain and through several different dealers. I'll list a couple of areas. There's even one on Amazon. I'll list that too. In S35VN, which is what I have here, and it's also available in MAGNACUT. Comes with Micarta handles that are, all I can say is, fantastically contoured. This knife is so ergonomically comfortable for breaking down cardboard, breaking down, you name it. I mean, this knife just does not fatigue my hand at all. It's just really comfortable. You've got a swell here in the center, as you can see, and it's just really fit and finish. It's done very well. The quality of the micarta is also done very well. So White River is a USA made company. They're actually up in Fremont, Michigan. White River is named after Michigan's White River, which is a river in Michigan, and it actually runs through the family's property. So this is a family-owned business, White River Knives. They offer a lot of different designs. This is the design that when I was early in my EDC fixed blade career, or career is the wrong term, I guess it has been a career, except I pay out. I guess it would be probably the third, maybe the fourth fixed blade knife that I picked up, because I still wasn't sure on the size. But guys, this knife, I can only imagine it being a very functional field knife, game dressing knife. It is super slicey. You've got a drop point blade, a nice long blade that's plenty long to get your tasks done. Just a very slicey knife. Also very pokey stabby. You do have that point. It's a splinter digger. I've gotten sharper splinter diggers, but it'll definitely get the job done. Now, I will be honest with you. When I first picked up the Kydex sheath, that is the only way I really carried this knife. I have started to carry some knives, especially when I go hiking or if I go camping, in the sheath. And I can't underestimate the quality of this sheath that you get with the purchase of this knife. I want to say this knife was around 150 bucks when I got it, which was 2 years ago. But you got White River stamped in the logo here. You've got nice thick leather, done just very well. So I do appreciate the sheath. even though I prefer the Kydex for my carry, just because I'm a light carry kind of guy. Again, let's see, just get a couple of size comparisons on this knife, because it is a little bit longer than the little knives that I carry. For example, in the back pocket today, I've got my S90V Chickadee, and it's much smaller than the small game. So it's going to be right around the size of that Benchmade bug out, which means it's going to be considerably shorter than our PM2. So we can just consider it bug out size. With, I think, a little bit longer, well, with the choil, you're going to have a more usable handle. Because that's one of the things I think design-wise, when Owen Baker designed this knife, the way that this front choil is integrated into the handle, and it's just very pronounced. No jimping on this blade, which is fine, because it is, to me, kind of a light use, finesse, cutting type knife. So let's look at it next to some knives you guys might be familiar with, like the SE3 and the Bradford Guardian 3. So it's going to be a little longer than the Bradford, and it's going to be probably about an inch shorter than the SE. One other knife I have out here is the Boker AK1, which is a knife that is really my ideal medium size carry. So this would be considered a larger size carry for me. So, you know, smaller or larger than the AK1 and larger than the Guardian 3. Let's break out our tape measure. And we will learn, well, let's do this too. I happen to see this over here if I can get it without knocking everything over. There's a Sharpie. Let's see if I can get to my tape. I actually got two tapes, but they're buried. So let's take this, and I'm going to say it's 7 1/4 inches, 3-inch blade, 4 1/4 inch handle. I'm measuring the Micarta. The cutting edge is 2 and between 1/2 and 3/4. The inside grip from right here to the choil is right at 3 1/2 inches. 3 1/2 inches from right here to right here. You do have a lanyard tie off there, so if you want to use a lanyard, you have got that flexibility. Now this is a slicier little field knife, so it is full tang. Blade stock's coming in at 0.370, and the maximum handle, this is why I think this is so comfortable. You've got a 0.69 handle at the deepest swell that tapers down to a 0.48 on both sides here. So it's not easy to demonstrate that on a video in terms of how well that fits and kind of complements the grip of the hand. But I think that's one of Owen, who designed this for White River, the small game. I think it's just an absolute home run. So we will get a real quick weight on this guy, and we'll weigh it in both sheaths. So 3-inch blade comes in at 2.95 ounces. So if you're into the inch and ounce, which I'm not, I think it's just perfectly balanced. With this leather sheath, it's 4.65 ounces. And in our Kydex strict sheath, which is currently wearing Amazon straps, it's 4.7. So it's got flexibility there. I think this is a very well-made American knife. I've looked around. They've got a couple of other knives that are kind of small, nice knives. One of them, I forget if it's called the Backpacker. It's called something. It's a shorter knife, but it's still, I just don't know how much use it would get for me, because it kind of fits that bill of that medium-sized knife that I have quite a few of in EDC knives. But guys, this is a fantastic knife. I want to say I picked up the Kydex sheath for probably around 35 bucks. I think I picked up the knife for right around, with this sheath for right around 150, 155. And keep in mind, on White River site, it is available in S35VN and MAGNACUT. Most of the links I'll leave are for S35VN because that's what this one is. But thank you all so much for watching the video. If you're so inclined, hit the thumbs up button. If something got you ticked off, hit the thumbs down button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and the bell notification icon. But most importantly, look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose to bait, not hate. I love you all. Peace.